Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to Daily English Practice. Today, we're bringing you a special context. We learn English through true motivational stories, where stories help you learn English and grow your heart at the same time.
Every day, life teaches us something. Sometimes through success, but often through failure. Today's story is about Daniel, a young man who learned that when life says no, you can always answer, not yet.
This story is told slowly and gently so you can practice your English listening. After each part, we'll stop for a short moment to talk about vocabulary and meaning.
So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. When life says no, say, not yet.
Daniel grew up in a noisy neighborhood. There were cars, shouting, and music playing from every small house. But Daniel had one small space of silence, his heart.
Since he was a little boy, Daniel loved sound. He found peace when he played his old guitar. It wasn't expensive, the strings were a bit rusty, and the body had small cracks, but when he touched it, it felt alive.
At night, while other kids played games or watched TV, Daniel sat outside under the streetlight. He played soft tunes, slow and sweet, until the moon went high.
One night, his mother came out and listened. After a while, Daniel said softly, "Mom, one day I'll play on a big stage."
His mother smiled and said, "Then play today as if you are already there." Those words became his first lesson. Dreams begin where you are.
Let's pause for a moment to look at some useful English phrases from this part of the story. Neighborhood, the area where you live. Example, I live in a quiet neighborhood. Rusty strings, when metal changes color because it's old. It shows age, not perfection. As if means like or in the same way that. Example, play as if you are already on stage.
And listen again to the phrase, dreams begin where you are. It means you don't have to wait for the perfect time or place. You can start right now with what you have.
When Daniel turned 18, he heard about a music competition in his city. It was his chance to play in front of real judges and maybe start his career.
He practiced every day. He played until his fingers hurt. He even saved money to buy a new set of strings.
On the day of the audition, he felt nervous but excited. He closed his eyes and played his favorite song, the one he used to play under the moon.
After he finished, the judges thanked him politely. He smiled, thinking he did well. But a few days later, when the results were announced, his name was not on the list.
Daniel failed. His first dream door stayed closed. He tried to smile and said, "It's okay. I'll try again."
But inside, he felt a heavy sadness. He wondered, maybe I'm not good enough.
That night, he didn't play the guitar. He just sat quietly, staring at his hands, the same hands that once made music.
Sometimes, silence is the sound of disappointment.
Let's look at a few words and phrases that appeared in this part of the story. Audition, a short performance to show your talent. Example, she went to an audition for a movie. Announced, officially told to everyone. Example, the results were announced yesterday. Disappointment, the feeling when something doesn't happen as you hoped.
Also, pay attention to this sentence. Silence is the sound of disappointment. It's not a literal meaning, it's figurative language. That means the silence represents sadness. It feels like a sound of pain.
Using small poetic expressions like this makes your English more beautiful and emotional.
A week later, Daniel went outside again. He didn't feel ready to play, but something inside told him to try.
He sat on the same old chair near the small shop on the corner, took a deep breath, and began to play. This time, he didn't think about the judges. He decided to play in small cafes, in parks, and at schools.
Sometimes people listened, sometimes they didn't. But every performance made him better, calmer, and braver.
He started to write his own songs. He sang about love, about hope, and about not giving up. His voice wasn't perfect, but it was honest. And honesty always reaches the heart.
Let's look at a few natural English expressions from this part. Try again, a simple but powerful phrase that shows persistence. Didn't think about the judges means he focused on himself, not others' opinions. Reaches the heart, another emotional phrase, meaning something touches people deeply.
When you say honesty reaches the heart, you mean people can feel when you are true and sincere. It's a great expression to learn and use in real life.
It's passed, and Daniel had grown stronger. He played in small cafes, parks, and schools. His music was getting better.
One day, he finally got the courage to try the competition again. He practiced every day, morning, afternoon, and night. He even wrote a new song for the judges.
But when the results were announced, Daniel's name was missing again. He had failed a second time.
This time, Daniel didn't smile. He sat quietly in his room. Tears came slowly. His dream felt far away, and the heavy weight of disappointment pressed on his chest.
He whispered to himself, "Maybe music doesn't want me."
For days, he didn't touch his guitar. He avoided friends and even his mother's comforting words.
Some phrases to remember from this part. Courage, the ability to face fear or difficulty. Example, it took courage to audition again. Whispered to himself means he said something quietly to only himself. Pressed on his chest is a metaphor, meaning he felt heavy sadness.
Also, maybe music doesn't want me is a personal way to express doubt. You can use it like this. Maybe life doesn't want me to succeed yet.
One quiet evening, Daniel's younger cousin came to visit.
The cousin had watched him play in the cafe before. She smiled softly and said, "Daniel, remember when you told me to never give up on learning the guitar? You said mistakes are part of the journey."
Daniel looked at her, surprised. Her words felt like sunlight breaking through clouds. He realized she was right. He had learned so much already, even from failure.
That night, Daniel picked up his guitar again. He didn't aim to impress anyone. He just played for himself, letting his heart guide every note.
Let's explore some useful words. Journey, a long process of growth or learning. Example, life is a journey. Break through clouds is figurative language, meaning hope appears after sadness. Guide is something that leads you in the right direction. Example, her words guided me.
When you feel lost, remember, small reminders from friends or family can guide you back. This is a gentle English lesson. Life phrases can teach language and heart at the same time.
Daniel decided to shift his focus. Instead of chasing competitions, he began teaching music to children in his neighborhood.
He taught them simple songs, the joy of rhythm, and the courage to play even if mistakes happen. He told them softly, "Every time life says no, say not yet."
Teaching reminded Daniel of his first love for music. The joy, not the pressure. With every child who smiled while learning a new note, he felt hope returning.
Slowly, Daniel's heart healed. The no from competitions didn't feel like a failure anymore. It felt like a pause, a not yet.
Some phrases to learn here. Shift focus. Change what you are concentrating on. Example, she shifted focus from work to family. Mistakes happen. Simple, encouraging phrase. Example, don't worry if mistakes happen. Pause versus failure. The story shows that sometimes a pause is just a temporary stop, not the end.
Notice how the phrase, "every time life says no, say not yet," repeats. This repetition is powerful for learning English. It stays in your memory while teaching resilience.
One morning, one of Daniel's students secretly recorded him singing while teaching. The video was shared online.
It spread quickly. People loved his voice and the gentle way he inspired children.
Soon, Daniel received a message. We would like you to perform at the music festival. It was the same stage he dreamed of as a boy.
Daniel smiled softly. He whispered, "It wasn't a no. It was a not yet." He realized that every failure, every doubt, and every pause had prepared him for this moment. And now he could share his story with the world and with his students.
Let's practice some vocabulary from this section. Secretly, without anyone knowing. Example, he secretly baked a cake for his mom. Recognition, being noticed or appreciated. Example, her work received recognition. Whispered, soft speech. Example, he whispered a secret to his friend.
Also, the phrase, "it wasn't a no, it was a not yet," is a powerful mindset expression. You can use it in your own life. I didn't pass the test? Not yet. I will try again.
Today, Daniel teaches in small schools and music programs. His students love him because he understands failure.
When a student cries after a bad grade, Daniel smiles gently and says, "Do you know how many times I failed before performing on a real stage?" The students look surprised. "3 times," he says. "But each time I learned something new, and that's why I am here today." Daniel's story is now more about music. It is about hope, patience, courage, and the gentle power of not giving up.
Some helpful words and phrases. Cry after a bad grade is natural English for feeling sad after failure. Gentle smile is soft, kind expression. Learned something new is simple and clear, great for beginners. Notice the repetition. I failed, I learned, I am here today. Repetition helps beginners remember English structures while feeling inspired.
After Daniel performed on the big stage, something inside him changed. He realized that success isn't just about applause, prizes, or recognition.
It's about courage, patience, and keeping your heart open even when life says no. Daniel thought about every small cafe, every park, every child he taught. Every no had taught him something: patience, kindness, and strength. He understood now life doesn't reject you. Sometimes it asks you to wait, to grow, to prepare.
This simple idea, not yet, changed how he lived, how he taught, and how he loved his craft.
Here are some phrases from this part. Inside him changed, an emotional way to say he felt different. Keeping your heart open, being hopeful and ready for life's opportunities. Prepare, to get ready. Example, I prepare for exams every day.
And notice the phrase, life doesn't reject you. Sometimes it asks you to wait. It's a gentle way to show patience. You can use it like this. I didn't get the job. Maybe life asks me to wait.
Daniel now teaches music with his heart, not just his hands.
He encourages every student, especially those who feel small or not good enough. When a student says, "I can't do it," Daniel smiles and says, "Not yet. Keep trying. You are learning." His students begin to understand mistakes are not the end, they are part of learning.
Daniel's gentle words make them confident. He shows that failing is not weakness, it is strength in disguise.
Some phrases for beginners. Not yet. An expression that means you will succeed in the future. Keep trying. Continue making efforts. Example, don't give up. Keep trying. Strength in disguise. Something that seems bad at first, but actually helps you. Repeat with us. Not yet. Keep trying. Strength in disguise. Saying it out loud helps your English sound natural and confident.
My dear friends, the story of Daniel teaches us something very simple but very important. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a step toward it.
Every time life says no, you can say, not yet, because a no today can be a yes tomorrow. Every mistake, every pause, every disappointment teaches you something. It teaches patience, courage, and belief in yourself.
And the most beautiful part? You can share what you learned with others, like Daniel did. You can be a guide, a teacher, and a source of hope. Let's go over some of the most important English phrases from this story.
Step toward, a small action that moves you closer to a goal. Example, every practice is a step toward success. Pause, a temporary stop. Example, take a pause and think. Belief in yourself, trusting your abilities. Example, belief in yourself helps you try again.
Remember, these phrases are useful in daily life and in conversations. When you face a challenge, you can say, "It's not the end, not yet. I will try again." Now it's time to think about your own life.
Ask yourself, when have you faced a no that felt like the end? How could you say, not yet, in that situation? What lesson did failure teach you? Who could you help today by sharing your story or encouraging words? Take a moment, write your answers, or think quietly. Reflection helps your English and your heart. Share your answers in the comments. We love reading them, and your story may inspire someone else.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Daily English Practice.
Remember Daniel's story. When life says no, it is not the end. It is a chance to grow, to wait, and to say not yet.
Keep practicing your English, keep believing in yourself, and keep listening to stories that inspire your heart.
We'll see you next time, friends. Stay hopeful, stay brave, and always say not yet.
Please, if you don't subscribe the channel, hit the subscribe button now and like the video, which is everything for us.